This is the Bestway 16ft x 10ft x 42-in oval power steel above-ground swimming pool set. And I want to give you a real, straight-up quick review based on my experience. So, just to picture it for you, this pool has an oval shape, which actually makes a huge difference compared to round or rectangular setups. You get a lot of swimming space without taking up your whole backyard, and it feels a bit more modern. The stone-patterned sidewalls with a bright blue tile-looking bottom don't just look nice. They give off that classic clean pool vibe that makes the whole area more inviting. Honestly, when I first saw the box, it was pretty big, and I did wonder if I'd bitten off more than I could chew. The pool is a good size, 16 feet long, 10 feet wide, and 42 inches deep. For someone new to above-ground pools, those numbers matter because you want something roomy, but not so massive that it's impossible to set up or keep clean. With these dimensions, you get enough space to swim laps, play games, or just float around on a hot day, but not so much that you lose your entire yard or dread pool maintenance. To me, it's perfect for families or anyone wanting a good-sized setup for friends without going overboard. From my experience actually setting this up, I have to say I was a little intimidated. It's not a tiny job, and the box alone is pretty heavy. Mine came in at almost 150 pounds. I set it up myself, and it really is possible for one person. The instructions are clear and there aren't that many tools needed. But if you want to get it done quick, having an extra person or two is great for balancing out the long steel bars and liner as you snap and lock things in place. The steel frame itself really does feel robust. It's coated to resist rust, which is good because nobody wants to deal with corroded metal after a couple summers outside. Once you get the frame up, the liner fits right into place. It's thick enough to inspire confidence, not like those cheap inflatable pools that always feel a little sketchy under your feet. Jumping right into the user experience. After a few weeks of having this pool, I can say it's definitely sturdy and durable. I have kids who jump in, play around, and splash, and I never feel like the frame is wobbling or the sides are flexing too much. Even as an adult, it's deep enough at 42 inches to fully submerge or just lean back and float. The water capacity is about 548 gallons, which sounds like a ton, but it's manageable. I filled mine with a garden hose, and it took some time, so be ready for that. Once it's up and filled, the pool feels like a real part of the backyard. The oval shape is nice as you can fit it in more places, like alongside a fence or patio, compared to a round pool that can dominate the space. Key features on this set include the sturdy steel frame, a filter pump, ladder, and cover. From my experience, all of these are essential, but I've got some honest thoughts. The included filter pump is easy to connect and does the job for basic water movement and filtering. It helps keep the water clear if you run it regularly. And what I appreciate is that there's a timer setting, so I can set it to run for a couple hours at a time instead of worrying about forgetting to turn it off. However, I will admit, the pump could be a bit more powerful, especially if you've got a lot of swimmers or leaves falling in the pool. You might need to clean it out more often or eventually upgrade. For casual use and regular maintenance though, it's fine starting out. The ladder is lightweight and snaps together easily, but in my opinion, I wish it felt a little more solid when climbing in and out, especially for adults or heavier teens. It definitely works, but if you want extra safety or plan to have lots of kids using the pool, you might eventually want to look into a sturdier ladder. The pool cover is a useful addition, but I found out pretty quickly it can be a hassle to put on if you're doing it solo, especially on a windy day. The drawstrings help keep it secure, though you have to be careful they don't slip inside the liner, because getting them out took me a good half hour once. From my experience, using the cover is worth it. It keeps bugs, leaves, and debris out of the water, which makes pool care so much easier. Another thing that stands out is that the pool material offers UV protection. For me, living somewhere hot and sunny, having UV-resistant material is a bonus. It helps the liner last longer and keeps it from fading or getting brittle over time, which is something I worried about before I bought it. In my daily use, I've had friends and family over, and the pool's been a big hit. It's always nice to have a place to cool off at home. It holds up to a lot of activity without feeling flimsy or dangerous. I'm able to swim laps, short laps, but still, float on inflatables and play water games with the kids. One of my personal worries before buying was whether the pool would look good in my yard or if it would stand out in a bad way. But I actually love the stone-patterned exterior with the blue tile bottom. It gives a clean, finished look that I'm proud to show off. It blends in well with the patio and some potted plants, and it doesn't have that temporary feel that some above-ground pools do. If I'm being honest, I did have some minor gripes. The pump, as I mentioned, might not be the strongest. After about a month, mine slowed down quite a bit, and I ended up having to do a deep clean on the cartridge. Eventually, I might consider an aftermarket upgrade, but for now, it does the job. And if you're wondering about ground protection, I'd recommend putting down an extra tarp underneath the pool if your set doesn't include a ground cover. That just gives you more peace of mind and protects against rips. The most important thing, and my favorite part, is really just how much life this pool brings to the backyard. It's spacious enough for a real swim, but compact enough that I don't feel buried in maintenance. It's perfect for families, casual swimmers, or anyone who wants a summer splash without a big permanent commitment. From my experience, the biggest reward is seeing everyone jump in on a hot day, laughing, cooling off, and just having fun together. In conclusion, I'd recommend this pool if you're looking for a good middle ground. Something that's sturdy, durable, spacious, and easy enough to set up without getting overwhelmed. It's not too small, not too huge, and the quality is enough that you feel like you made an investment, not just a seasonal buy. If you're just starting out with pools, don't get intimidated by the size or shape. The setup is manageable, care is straightforward, and the fun factor is definitely high. If you appreciate a quick review that tells it like it is, I hope this gave you everything you needed to decide if the Bestway 6ft x 10ft x 42-in oval power steel above ground pool is right for you. If you found my review helpful, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment if you have any questions or want to share your own experience with above ground pools. Thank you for watching.